Last video, what I showed you was what? Pants. Let's see the pants, by the way. I don't remember them. Home. Okay, no. Dell. Wow. Okay. This is embarrassing. But yeah, sometimes this tilde, it's not tilde, this key is not working very well. I mean, it's kind of zooming on some random location. Let me move myself a little bit down here so we are better. Here, the mouse. You can see. So you see two mice on the screen. One is this one, and one is this one. This mouse and the other mouse. So our sweater is not ready. We don't have the hood, but they will wait. We have to continue working on the glasses because they are not ready to. So how to do this kind of thing here in the middle of the glasses? Let's see. Yes, something in the middle like this. It could be easy, it could be hard. I don't know, we'll see. So first, let's go to object mode, Control Tab left, and then select the glasses border. The border of the glasses selected, and we have solidify, we have mirror. Now let's put one more thing, which will be subdivision surface, and let's see. Okay, I think this, let's increase the subdivisions, and this circular thing I like, but I think we can go to solidify, to edge data here on the solidify modifier, edge data, and let's crease inner a little bit, 0.2, and then crease outer, oops, 0 point something. So I don't want to make it super sharp. If you want, you can make it sharp. I don't want. I like to have a good, nice specular on the edge, like pretty nice specular there. So it's fine. Now, what do I want to do? I want to use this corner to make this a little piece in the middle. How to do it? I will Shift D to copy it, Shift D to duplicate it, and then I can move it like this, for example. I will delete the mirror modifier, I will just exit, and now we have this. And it's not in the middle exactly. How can we put it in the middle? Let's first Control A to apply all transformations. Okay, but it's still not in the middle. Let's click and geometry to origin. Yeah, now I think it will be in the middle. There, right click and then set origin, and geometry to origin should put it in the middle if the origin is in the middle, and it was. So now we have to move it. I will go to tab to edit mode, press this key for you know, the question mark key on the keyboard to get this only, to isolate the selection, and then I would like to delete most of it, but first I will kind of leave this, and this. With shift I'm selecting them, only 4 polygons probably, and then how to delete the rest? Control I to invert the selection. Maybe there is something here on, no, maybe here on select, invert, yes, Control I, it's here on select, invert. So select, invert, and then press X and faces, delete faces. Now we have this. And now I want to rotate it 90 degrees on this red axis, which is X. So I will select it all, press A, make sure that it's all selected, then press R to rotate, X for X-axis, 90, and enter. So 19 degrees on X-axis. Amazing. I know. Now I will increase, I will do this with this gizmo, the transform gizmo. I can scale it on just one axis, which is Z in this case. I scaled it a little bit, and now we have to put everything, and I will move it forward on the green axis with the gizmo, Sometimes I'm using the gizmo, sometimes I'm using the short keys, but for you, I'm trying to use the gizmo a little bit more than I would do it, because I know for beginners, I'm sure that the gizmo will be much easier than the short keys. And now I'm putting it only with the arrows. I'm moving it only forward, down, forward, down. I'm not moving it sideways, because it will not be in the middle. And now it's kind of done. I think maybe it could be a little bit smaller like this and a little bit more down. So you see, it's not exactly here on the nose. It's a little bit more up in our case. So it's probably around here. Yeah. All right. All right. Now we did it. Maybe the glasses themselves are a little bit too big, but I prefer them to be too big than too small, because if you make them too small, the overall idea of the character will kind of fail. If you make it too big, they could be too big. Maybe we can make them a little bit smaller. Yes, the glasses. Let's try to do it. Yeah, I sometimes press the middle mouse button and Alt, and just strange things happen. Now let's try to go out of object mode, select this and this, and then go back to edit mode. And I hope we are editing both of them, and press S to scale. No, let's press A to select everything. Yes, and then S to scale down this, and then move it a little bit. Let's see. Maybe scale it down a little bit more and move it inward with the red arrow. In my case, it's red arrow. In your case, could be something else. It doesn't have to be the red arrow, so don't worry about it. And what else I want to do? You see, you notice how he has some kind of a ring, some kind of almost eyelet on the top part here, and here also. We have to do something like this. It could be nice to do it. So I'm wondering if I can do this. Let's try. So tab, then I will click on this. Otherwise, we can do it separately. We can take this ring from the glasses, duplicate it, put it around the eye, and hide it a little bit. It could work, but let's see if we can make it from this head. So I will press tab to go to edit mode. I will hide the glasses, by the way. I want to hide the glasses. It's impossible to work like this. Let me see which are they. This and this. Okay. And here, what I want to do is take those polygons and maybe extrude them. Maybe. Alt Z to see this. Okay, here I don't want to extrude them. I will do something else. I will Control R and put one loop in here. And then I will extrude only. I'm just very much not sure exactly what I will do. I'm trying now to select the loop. I can't. So I will select it like this. Now the loop is selected and I can extrude this particular loop. But is it the whole way? Yes, it's okay. I don't know. I don't know if we will be able to do it, but we'll see. So let's extrude, but not with E, extrude, although it will work, basically. I like to extrude with Alt E sometimes and extrude faces along normals. Let's try that. And then move the mouse and it will extrude it a bit like this. All right. And I like it. I kind of like it. I may want to move it a bit like this and then move it back in. And then if we want, for example, to move this with the surrounding polygons also, without going to sculpt mode, we can do that here by pressing this here, proportional editing. Let's try that. I don't use it that much, but in this case may be useful. So I'll press this proportional editing, and when we start moving with G key, I press G, and the proportional editing is too big. So I'll press G and dial down with my scroll wheel. I'm scrolling now down to dial down this big circle. and the circle will show us how big will be the area that it will be affected. Now I think it's good, and I can press G and move it, then press here G and move it, and this circle is okay. And I'm moving very, very carefully. I'm not, you know, I'm very careful with the move. Of course, then we will fix it in the sculpting mode, of course. But here, what I want to do is select the edges with the 2 key. I will select the edges, you see, here, 2, press 2. Then I will double click on this outer edge, you see? And then I will press S to scale it, but without the proportional editing. You see the proportional editing? Disable it and just scale that with S a little bit. And then we can push it, we can push it back also a little bit. And I think this could work. Not sure though, we'll see. Let's go back. And it's not bad, it's not bad. Let's go to sculpt mode. Control tab down, sculpt mode. And then I will take my pen, and with the grab brush, G, I will go ahead and move this a bit like this. And it's a little bit too sharp for my taste. I think it's not very nice. It's so super sharp, I don't like it. We have to go back to edit mode and see what we can do about the sharpness. Let's try to symmetrize, we cannot. So we'll go down subdivisions, symmetrize. Now we have it in both sides, and we can go up the subdivisions again. Yes, so we have to go down to this subdivisions and then symmetrize, because it was not symmetrical, of course. But it's not a problem at all. Here I can smooth. Here also I can smooth, by the way. And I can try to inflate that with the inflate brush. Oh yes, yes, the inflate brush is kind of working. Yeah, I know this is a little bit like doing it by hand, but I kind of like doing things by hand. Yes. And my wife is always complaining, oh, you like to do yourself by hand. Who will do me? Or whatever. No, personal things, no. Okay, then we will just move this backward a little bit. Just make sure it's on the kind of the same distance all over, and it's looking kind of good, not the best though. So yeah, I will try with P to make it a bit small here, smooth it, and here also probably with G a little bit, just to move it around. Maybe I can move it out. This part, I'm moving it out, yes. And then I will smooth it with my shift with smooth brush. And then we'll continue. And the idea here is to make it circular. This to be a nice circle, which could prove to be difficult, but we at least have to spend some time and try to do it. If we don't spend any time and just say, oh, it's impossible, I don't think this is a good idea. You have to spend the time. And then, if it's impossible, it's impossible. But now, it's not impossible at all. It's fine. I mean, we have to just follow the curvature of the eye. More or less. I think it's fine. And yeah, at some points it's not. Let's just see it. And with X, which is our draw brush, and Control, I will push these areas in a little bit more. Hopefully it will work. If it's not working, we are screwed. But whatever, it doesn't matter, we are fine. Even if we are screwed, we are fine. Yeah, people are paying for this stuff. But enough of this sexual jokes already. This is not about this. This is about Blender and how great Blender is. And Blender is great, by the way, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. So now, we have made it, this. Yeah, it's not much, but we have made it for 14 minutes we have tried to do this, and we have made it. It's fine. Now, I don't like it completely. It's a little bit jagged. I have to go and fix it around some areas, which is not bad. I mean, I always want to have this kind of a smooth transition. Everything has to be smooth. If it's not smooth, especially on this kind of characters which are cartoon or stylized, you have to make it smooth, but smooth. Not just smooth, you know. I will use my P, which is I will not P. I will use the pinch brush, which is the P key. Picky. It's very picky brush, by the way, because you get it with the P key, of course. And in the middle of the nose, by the way, we have one kind of a line, and then the line continues down. Yes, and then the P key will do it. And here it has to be smooth. Hopefully it is. If it's not, we have to make it. We cannot afford anything to go between us and the smoothness. It has to be smooth. It has to be very smooth. And now I will show you. First, I will turn on the glasses. This and this are the glasses. Yes. So I will go back to object mode. I'll select this and let me see this. Okay. So first one is the glasses. Oops. Glasses. And the other one is glasses borders. And this one in the middle is glasses between. I don't care about. I mean, the names are not important. The important thing is to know what you're doing. So, or what you're having here. It will be easier to disable them if I need, if I know their names. I will go to this cylinder, which is the pants, and I will disable its visibility because we will not need it, basically. Let's make the tail now. Do we have time? We have a little bit of time. I will show you quickly how to make the tail. It's pretty easy with the curves. So, we have to create a curve. Of course, to create anything, light, camera, curve, whatever, it's Shift-A, add. So we'll add not a mesh, but a curve. And the first one, Bezier curve. So we'll add it. Now, where is it? We don't see it, right? It's around here in the middle because everything appears there. Because there is the 3D cursor, this little stuff here. So our curve is there. We'll press immediately Tab to go to edit mode, and we will see some of the handles of our curve. And what we'll do is select it and press X and delete it, basically. Vertices, no problem. And now we will draw ourselves another curve. So this draw here, not the annotation, the draw. We are on edit mode, remember. And we can draw a tail. Now I will draw it like this. Oh, pop, 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 hop. Yes. And it doesn't matter if it's here or whatever. What matters is we have to make just an S curve, whatever. And then we can of course select it, press G, move it, the whole thing. Don't worry about it. We just put it around the area where it will come out below the sweater. Obviously, because it cannot go through the sweater, although it can probably. So if I select a dot, one dot, just not everything like it was selected, but only one dot, and I press R to rotate, I can rotate it like this. You see? It's pretty nice. So I rotate it, move it below the sweater. So I'm rotating my camera to see where we are, and I will put it below the sweater. It will come out from below. Like the shark from Jaws, but doesn't matter. Okay, now if I scale it, see what will happen. It will scale and it will make the curve more relaxed. I mean, it's a very good nice. It's a very good nice. So I can select the handle only and G move it down, for example. It's a good way to do it. And his tail is kind of in the air. He's probably I don't know what he's doing with it, but let's move this up, rotate it, so it's pointing up like this, and yeah, something like this. We can, of course, adjust it later. For now, we need this. Let me see from the front view how it looks, because it's important. It doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look like the concept at all, so we have to fix it. I will press G and move those areas. Let's rotate this and move this up, and this will point down, so I'll rotate it. Yes, sometimes you have to look at the concept. This is kind of nice idea to have. So I'm moving it. So from the front view, I want it with G. I'm moving this, and it's very, very easy to work here with the short keys, with the G, with the S, and with the R, to move, rotate. And we don't want sharp lines here on this tail at all, so we have to be careful with the sharp lines. I will move this, and I'm careful not to have any sharp lines, for example, like this. We don't want that. It will be sharp. No, we want to scale it a bit if we have to, but to make it not sharp. So from the side view it looks pretty gruesome, whatever. So now how to make it thick and width. Let me rotate it a little bit and down. It's still not like the concept, but we don't care. Now we have to go to the curves options, and of course they're here. Object data properties, which is the curve, and they're like a curve here in your right part of the screen. We click it and we have this 3D resolution preview, something, something, something. We need the geometry. The geometry tab and bevel, not this offset extrude, don't touch it. Go to bevel and leave it at round, and then the depth will be like, for example, this. Maybe, I don't know, a little bit more. Yeah, probably this is okay. Now, resolution 4. Let's increase the resolution and see what's happened. Okay, 6 is fine. Fill caps is good to have. And then we have to select, for example, the end here. And if you use the S key, it will not do anything we want. But if you use the Alt S key, we can make it thin. And then here we can use the Alt S key to make it also thin. And here the Alt S key to make it like this. So it will be like a mouse tail, you know. And I will use also the Alt S key for those to make it a little bit thinner. And this is how you can manipulate your thinness or thickness of the tail. And now we can, of course, continue to work on this tail to make it more like the concept. But this probably will be in the next video, because, or in the next video we'll do something else. I'm not sure, we'll see. But for now, we have this. We can always go back and manipulate it because it's still a curve. We haven't accepted it, we haven't made it a mesh, and we wouldn't make it a mesh, even more, maybe never, because it's fine like this. Yeah, it's a nice tail. Not the best tail I've ever seen, but it's fine. Maybe I can move it. I can select everything and move it a little bit on the side, because in the concept it's, you see, in the concept it's coming kind of on the side of his body, which we don't need exactly to do it the same, but okay, I'll press tab to go out of this mode. And in the next video, maybe I will teach you how to make a texture, base texture for the eyes, because now it doesn't look nice because it doesn't have those nice big eyes. And we can make that almost exactly like it is, and I will show you how. So let's jump into it. Bye.